Hello and welcome to Let's Talk Local, the local music interview podcast. My name is Justin Blankenship, and today I'll be interviewing Go Don't Go from Logan, West Virginia. As always, before we get started, I'd like to give a shout out to all of our Patreon supporters. You can visit us online at patreon.com/letstalklocalwv to donate and get access to exclusive content and rewards. Today we'd like to thank Rose Johnson and Patrick Montgomery. Thanks for listening, and we hope you enjoy this episode.
We legitimately got bored over there after we got done tracking vocals.
Yeah.
We ended up making like a rap song.
So, I'm sitting here with Go Don't Go, at least part of them. You guys want to introduce yourself and let everybody know who you are and what you do?
I'm Devin Gibson. I sing and play bass.
I'm Damian Chase Muncie, and I attempt to play guitar.
He's damn good, honestly.
We'll say.
Don't let him fool you.
You can introduce your drummer who's could make it, who's not here with us.
Our drummer's name is Roger Dameron. He couldn't be here because he just had a new granddaughter. She's been sick lately, and he didn't really give us an actual specific reason. I just kind of assumed that's what it is. But
he's probably just blowing us off. But hey.
There you go. Shout out to Roger and his new granddaughter. Hope she's doing all right. All right. If you guys could collab with anyone, who would it be?
I'll let Devin answer this first. He might have a quicker answer.
Do they have to be living?
Anybody.
Well, no, Caleb Shomo.
All right.
Caleb Shomo. I'd love to have him write a chorus for me, honestly.
Why is that?
I just fucking love his choruses. They pop, but they're still heavy as hell. And I just fucking love Caleb Shomo.
Cool.
Like for me, like I don't know, like that. I've got so many different musicians that I just absolutely love.
What's the first one that pops in your head then?
Probably, I'd love to have Zach Wilde write some like lead stuff for a song. Just because as soon as you hear his lead stuff there, you're like, that's Zach Wilde, man.
Yeah.
Like, you just can't not, you know it as soon as you hear it. And I think he's a wicked guitarist, and I take a couple things, like I'd take a little bit of my playing style from him a little bit. Not anywhere near as good as him, but, like rhythm-wise.
What's some music that you guys listen to that people wouldn't expect you to listen to from listening to Go Don't Go?
Oh.
Maroon 5.
Yeah?
I love Maroon 5, and I like pop music, but not the generic pop.
Yeah.
I like Michael Jackson, and kind of like the Beatles. They were more like in pop rock, but...
Yeah. I would definitely call the Beatles pop.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
They were rock, but I would call them pop.
They're old school rock.
Yeah.
Real old school rock.
Yeah.
Back whenever Elvis shaking his pelvis was outrageous.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Billy, close your eyes. You can't see that.
But in all honesty there, I was getting ready. I was showering earlier today, and I was legitimately like jamming out to Let the Music Play by Shannon.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, I grew up with literally everything but rock and metal, so how I ended up becoming a rock and metal head, I'll never know.
That was me. I started playing Rock Band, and Rock Band 1 didn't have much of a significance, but Rock Band 2 just took over my fucking life.
Guitar Hero was what got me hooked. I heard the lead part at the beginning of Shout at the Devil off Guitar Hero 2, and I was just sold from there on. I went out, I bought Motley Crue's Greatest Hits, and it just went downhill from there.
Yeah.
Like, next thing you know, I'm like trying to get guitars and everything else there. So
I started playing Painkiller by Judas Priest.
Yeah.
That was my song on Rock Band 2. That was my metal song that I would always play. And Mom was like, you will never have a Judas Priest album in my home.
And then you did.
Yeah. And she's like, okay.
just didn't say anything about iTunes.
Yeah, there you go.
Because, man, you were born in the 2000s, weren't you?
I was born in 2000. I was
Yeah.
born in 2000.
Makes me feel old over here, man.
I just turned 18.
Same.
I never forget whenever I heard the Black Album by Metallica for the first time.
Yeah, that was a
Sad
good
but
one.
true, man. The rhythm on that just lit my soul on fire. And I play lead in the band, mainly because I'm the only guitarist. But, like, it's a rhythm, man. Like, solos are cool. Like, I'd rather have a solo that's a little bit slower and has a lot of emotion to it.
Yeah.
Like, some people love shredding, but but like, rhythm is what always sells me on a song.
Definitely.
Just like that heavy like, every time I hear that, I just lose it.
It's got a groove, man.
Yeah.
You always got a groove.
I think my first metal band that I got obsessed with was Avenged Sevenfold. Like, I liked metal here and there, but there was not really a band. I mean, I don't know. I don't think you can call Linkin Park metal.
It's kind of new metal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say they could fall under
that.
metal.
That was really the first band I got obsessed with. I was really hurt when Chester died. But
Yeah. All right. So you guys You recorded an EP, right?
Yeah.
We don't like to talk about that.
Well, we gotta talk about what you've done in the past. We can't just act like you just started as a band.
Calm Before the Storm was the biggest piece of shit that you probably can hear come out of this county.
Now, the music was pretty good.
Yeah. Well,
it was the fact that the production, everything ended up having to be rushed because we couldn't get everybody in and get them recording, not mentioning anybody per se, because 9 out of 10
gonna listen to this.
They're gonna hear this, and I'm not throwing you under the bus. Damn it to hell, it's the truth. But anyways, and so basically I was mixing all the way up until the day of the release, trying to get the sound right, and I went back and remixed a few of them, and it sounds a lot better. Just we've moved on from that kind of sound.
Yeah, we have like 2 from there because there was probably our most rock. One was a really mellow song that was different than any other song we had. It was Cold Rain.
Yeah.
And then we took another one that we're putting on this album, but it was such a good song.
It had more of like a rock vibe. It's got a nice groove to it.
It's so cruel.
Yeah, I saw that you guys did a video for that too.
Yeah.
Did that video ever come out?
No.
I didn't see it anyway.
Because the same...
the same person didn't want to fucking film the video.
He actually quit the band. We had 3 shows lined up. Things were looking really good.
Like while you were recording the video?
No.
Okay. I was like, that's shitty.
We didn't even make it that far there. But we worked hard. Sarah over here, she was actually starring in it. And my friend Cody Holstein, who was an actor and a model, he was starring in it. And, of course, me and Devin, we were the idiots behind the camera there.
Yeah.
Using a inflated condom as a clacker board. If you want to see that, go to the Muncie Productions YouTube page. We actually got a blooper reel thing on there. And it's pretty good. There's some pretty good stuff on there.
There's some pretty offending stuff on there, too.
Yeah.
I cut out the offending stuff when I uploaded it. It's not that bad now.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Well, there you go. At least there's that. But yeah, you guys kept a couple songs from it, so that's,
Yeah.
It came out last year in June.
Yeah. At least you didn't completely scrap it.
Yeah, we scrapped a lot of our songs, though, because we probably had, 13, 14, 15 songs written?
Yeah, we had about that many written and performed, but we had so many worked on. We had about 30 in total that week.
And we just basically, whenever we switched to the new sound there, whenever we got our new drummer, Roger Dameron, we just scrapped them all because it just didn't feel the same.
We met the first time here, and we was like, all right, we're going to teach you the songs from the EP, and we're just going to continue the way we was. And we just couldn't get it. Like, he just didn't get it like Anthony. Anthony just had a weird playing style. But we just we're just going to jam. And we jammed, and we fucking loved it, and we recorded it, and then we just evolved.
Very first song, man, I remember you walked in while I was playing the riff to Diaza.
I thought the first song was Find Your Trend, because I remember that was
you walked in there. You actually walked in halfway through it, and you grabbed your bass, and you just started rocking out to it, jumping up and down and stuff. Yeah. That's one thing I can say about us is that we can actually one of us can just jump in on a beat or like a rhythm on guitar or something. Next thing you know, we're writing a whole song. Yeah. One of the songs on this album coming out called, why on earth can I remember?
Is it With Me?
With Me, yeah.
I was thinking.
I was actually I was playing like this really awful out of key scale. Yeah. Just screwing around, and Roger jumped in on the drum beat and stuff, and all of a sudden I just jump in on this rhythm, and it just took off. Next thing you know, we had a whole song written.
That's cool. That's a good way to do it.
Yeah, I mean, it feels more natural that way.
Exactly.
That reminds me of the time y'all started playing Yourself. It was actually called Complicated at the time, but we had another song called Conflicted, and we put that on the second album. But either way, we didn't want those 2 songs to be that close together, so we changed it to Yourself. And I was legit in the bathroom. And I heard him playing it, and I was in there singing. I was sitting there shit, and I was like, and I was like, God damn, I gotta go do it. So I hurried up, and I ran in there. I put the mic. I didn't even pick up my bass. I just turned the mic on, started recording. I started singing, and they was like, damn, it's good.
Yeah.
That's great. When you guys first started out, you had a different lineup. And you've had a couple different lineups. Since then.
I'm the only founding member.
Now you're here.
Yeah, Chase got on board about February of 2016.
It started with you, Anthony Curry,
and Dylan Papal Prodmore.
And Chase Hicks was technically a member at the time.
Well, no, it started. No, he
really he come along afterwards.
Yeah, he come along afterwards in Papal, but it was actually me, Papal, and Anthony, and we was like a metalcore, and he wanted to play gent. and shit like that, and I didn't want to do it. And then we got Chase to sing for us, Chase Hicks, and Dylan got into some shit with Anthony's girlfriend's sister.
Yeah, let's not go into
I'm
that.
not going into it, but...
But yeah, and then they kicked him out, and then I was friends with Chase Hicks. I'd never met him nor Anthony. And Chase Hicks was like, hey, we just lost our guitarist. Do you want to join a band? And I had actually kind of given up on guitar at the time. I'd tried to start a band from like 10th grade on. Never happened, man, and nobody's ever serious. So I was just going to focus on music production. And about the time I'd given it up for about 6 months there, and then got offered to join a band. So I had to like catch up on my skills real quick, you know. I was like, I had a week to get ready to try out, and I was so worried that they wasn't going to let me in. Like, I was so nervous.
Was you really?
I was, yeah. I was just like, man, this is either going to work out really well or it's going to suck.
Bro, it worked out great.
We all just clicked whenever I all got in the same
What was
room.
the first thing we played? I remember...
We were at Mascot. You
Was it
jumped on the
Mascot?
drums and started on a beat, and I was just playing along, and I was like, man, this is probably suck. And like, Devin jumps off. He's like, dude, that was awesome. What did you do? And I'm like, I don't remember. Let's figure it out. You know, if you're an artist out there and you're listening, believe me, you are not anywhere near as bad as you think you are. Like, I just still blows my mind when people come up to me after shows like, man, I dig what you do on that guitar. And I'm just like, dude, I'm just doing my best here. Like, I'm nowhere near where I think I should be,
Yeah,
you know.
That's great.
But, like, it still blows my mind. Like, you're going to be your own worst critic, and you just got to power through it.
Yeah.
You just gotta take it. You just gotta embrace the, like, even if it is shitty, try to make the shitty in a way that it sounds good. And be like, I'm a good shitty.
In the words of Eddie Van Halen, if you screw up, do it twice and smile the second time. That way they think you meant to do it.
All right. So you guys have this new album. Individually, what's the most meaningful song on the album to each of you guys?
Oh, man. What's yours, Devin?
I don't know. You can answer this one first. I gotta think.
Not really your favorite, but the one that has the most meaning to you. Makes you feel the most whenever you hear it or whenever you play it or when you were recording it or writing it.
5810. I loved 5810.
I was leaning towards 5810
and
there, too.
No is pretty good.
Yeah. No, though, it's really mellowed out. Like,
Yeah.
it's made to feel meaningful. But 5810, it was a song we actually worked on. I wrote it and brought it into the band. We'd just been together, maybe 2-3 months
Yeah.
whenever I brought it in.
Not even that long.
Yeah, and God, we played as an instrumental for, a year?
Yeah, I remember I came up with that first part. That you remember that? I come up with that first part.
Yeah,
and
you
then
wanted me, I had something like it there, and you had me change it up.
Yeah, and then it goes into that dun, dun, and you was like, I don't know if that would fit, and you loved it when you played
Yeah,
it.
because it was actually a little different there. I still got the original demo somewhere.
I do too.
But, like, we loved that song so much there that we didn't want to half-ass the lyrics or anything. So for a long time, it was nothing but an instrumental.
Yeah.
And whenever it starts out, man, I actually do, like, this lead thing. And just whenever I play it, I love it because I do it because it's kind of actually a little bit bluesy, that beginning lead thing I play. But, like, I'll be getting into it there, and I'll hear somebody out in the crowd go, woo, yeah!
That's always nice.
Yeah, so like at least I know that somebody out there is like feeling what we're laying down. That so honestly, I'd have to say 5810 also.
Yeah.
Because it's we built a backstory around the song before we even had it written, you know. And the reason why we named it 5810 originally is that's the frets that you're playing. I used to do
Yeah.
that whenever I demo songs. Like if I didn't have a name for it, like I had one there for a long time. It was called 003530, and that was the frets I played. So I called it that, and we ended up coming up with this idea of, well, what if it's about like a breakup, and that's the date, you know? And we just kind of built it from there.
Yeah.
I think one of the most meaningful songs we've ever done, though, even though it'll probably never end up on recording because we need our old drummer for it, is Lost.
I don't think we need Anthony for it. I just think we need to work on it with Roger. We ain't played it the first time.
I know, but
we
like,
played it one time, and Anthony he didn't do the best on it because we played it one time. Like, of course.
yeah, but I don't know, just because we all wrote it together. Basically, we
Like, I
wouldn't
didn't
even
do the best
actually
either.
write it.
Yeah.
Each time we'd step up on stage, like we kind of had a starting point. He had this. It started out with him on bass. He come up with the bass line, and I'd come in with the lead, and we just improvised the whole song. We just kind of look at each other and nod, and we had this little like mid part. I guess you call it like a chorus kind of thing.
Yeah.
And we just nod at each other. So we might do one part for 1 minute. We might do it for 5 minutes before we jump into something else. And like everybody always seemed to really enjoy that. And like there's still footage of it, I think, on our YouTube page. Do we have it on our YouTube?
I don't know. I did.
Do we even still have a YouTube?
Yeah, it's not been updated in a while. I think the most meaningful song to me is actually Yourself. Because, like, I'm an angry guy. So I'm like, what's so complicated? What's so fucking complicated?
And then get the fuck over yourself.
Yeah.
That's literally the lyrics, pretty much.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
It's short, sweet, and to the point.
All right, so with this this new album, what do you guys plan on doing after you release it?
Well, we're just going to focus on shows there for a little bit.
Yeah.
And we're actually going to jump, if everybody's still on board there, we was thinking going back in October and going ahead and starting on the second one.
Was you thinking October?
October or January, in between that line.
I was thinking November or December.
Because I want to go ahead and get started there as soon as possible there, that way.
I want to play a Halloween show.
Yeah.
So I want to go in November.
Okay.
We're after the album, I said, like Chase said, I'm playing shows.
What's the creative process look like for you guys? How do you guys write songs?
You take this, Chase.
Really, I hate to say it, most of the time we just kind of wing it at first. Like I say, it usually starts out with either some kind of beat or some kind of guitar rhythm or even bass. Like Find Your Trend, it started out on bass. Diaza, like I say, he walked right into the middle of me playing the riff to it and just jumped right into it. Go ahead.
Some songs we do bring in our own, like What and They Were They.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't really come up with that by jamming. I wrote the riff at home, and then I brought that in and showed them the riff, and then Chase came up with the chorus, and the rest is history on that one. I think that's going to be our best song, honestly. I think that's the one that everyone's going to love.
Yeah, and really it's just, we couldn't do it without everybody. Like, none of us just sit down and usually write the whole thing.
Yeah.
You know? Like, we all end up bringing this own little thing that makes it go, don't go. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, we write our own demos, but most of the time, like I wrote a solo for the song Throne. Like, I wrote most of Throne. Like, I do have to take credit on that.
Yeah.
But, he just went over the solo because I'm a shitty guitar player when it comes to solos. So I just wrote something, did the however long it should have been.
And I still kind of kept it about the same there. I just changed the actual notes of it because he was doing this thing on bass. And I was it kind of slides into like this harmony with the bass there on one note. So I just kind of worked from that and made it into what it is now. So,
what's your guys' favorite moment from a show, or the worst moment that's just really funny?
Oh.
We got an answer for each of those.
I can think of quite a few worst moments there.
Go for it.
Which one you want to start with, worst or best?
Let's go with best. Because I got to think of which one was the worst. There's so fucking many.
There's been quite a few.
We can do a couple.
I got to say probably my favorite thing at a show is, like, for one, getting feedback. Whether it's good or bad. I love getting it to know where to go from there. Usually it's pretty good, though. So I don't know if people are just being nice to us. Like, oh, those poor guys. But
usually if they don't like it, they just don't talk to you.
Yeah, usually, yeah. But, and really I love meeting other artists and stuff in the crowd. Like, something I will never forget is after the Hot Cup show. That was awesome whenever we had Michael Klein and
yeah, that was
Hannah and
Nelly.
What was the guy's name with
Dylan.
the acoustic guitar?
Charlie.
Charles, yeah. Yeah, like we was literally outside the Hot Cup at like 10 o'clock at night and everybody was singing and stuff.
I think my favorite experience we've only had it like 2 or 3 times, is when the crowd is just like going crazy at the end of the show.
Yeah, that's pretty good too.
Like when the show's over, like at the bakery, I did like this freak out thing, and I was on the ground. I was throwing my bass all over the place, like, and they just eating it all up. They just loving it.
I wish we would have
doing it.
I wish we would have filmed the crowd on that show because I wanted to see everybody's reaction. I'm trying to slowly bring back the talk box. Like, it's been a while since you've really had somebody that uses it as like a steady thing in the music.
Emphasis on slowly. You need to use it a lot more than you do.
Yeah, it only took me, we've been a band now for
almost 3 years.
Almost 3 years, and for like the first 2 years, I was like, I'm going to bring it in. I'm going to do it. And I just recently threw it on my pedal board.
Yeah. I think the worst would probably be our second Raven Fest.
Yeah. I was about ready to beat ass at that one.
Yeah.
Our drummer quit not long after that, too.
Yeah. Was that why it was your worst show? Because your drummer?
Huh?
Was it like
No, not really. Except for these two were into it whenever they showed up to the show.
Yeah.
We ended up they were 2 hours late to a show we put together.
Yeah.
Really?
I told everybody to be there at 5, and he's like, bro, I'm going to leave for that show at 5. It don't start till 8. I'm like...
And here, I was mixing the EP at the time. Like I say, we were releasing it on that day.
It's a 2-hour fucking drive, Anthony. We're going to be there at 7. It starts at 8. No. Yeah.
Like, the dude... Because like I say, I was mixing the whole time. I didn't keep up with anything that was supposed to be going on. So, like, I had the owner of the place come up to me. Where's Devin? You seen Devin? Anybody know what's going on here? I had bands coming up. Hey, so when do we go on? When do we do this? Should we put our gear over here or over here? And I'm like, I don't fucking know, all right? Just straight up, I don't know.
I was furious, honestly. Yeah.
Devin already showed up pissed off. And he made a comment to Anthony. Anthony got pissed off. We go up there to sound check. Nothing fucking works.
Yeah, but
I'm not kidding. My amp went out.
My amp went out. The
monitors, which were the venues, went out. We couldn't get those to work.
Were their speakers even working?
The front of house speakers were working, just we couldn't hear shit on stage. Yeah, the front of house monitors, that was the only thing that worked. And Anthony's drum kit worked. That was it. Thank God it didn't have to be plugged in.
Do you guys have any upcoming shows?
We've got a few things already planned. We're playing at the Bakery August 18th. I can't tell you who the bands are yet because I ain't got them all booked, but I got some of them. But Common Consensus. I can tell you one. Common Consensus out of Charleston.
Ravenfest.
Ravenfest, yeah. Ravenfest is going to be pretty hot. It's in Beckley at Munchie's Live.
Ravenfest is a self-harm awareness festival that we actually started. And it was kind of rocky getting it started. But now we've kind of got a set venue. We have it at Munchie's over in Beckley. And the last 2 years there, we've done it for 2 years now, and it still hasn't quite turned out the way we'd exactly like it to. But we put our best into it, and we book the bands. We do everything down there. So
yeah, Papology, and he's a rapper. He's gonna be opening for it. He's got someone coming with him, but I forgot his name. It's actually Dylan Pridemore, who we was just talking about. He started rapping.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So he's gonna be opening for us, and then.
But it's not just rock or metal. Like it's music from all different kinds of genres.
Yeah. Hang on. I know Through the Woods is headlining. I love Through the Woods. Let me see. Who else? Do you know who's playing? Common Consensus. They're playing that too. I like Common Consensus.
I just kind of let you do your own thing with that there. I just focus on the album there. I think you're better at booking that stuff than I am. So.
Okay, it's Sins of Motion. I think dropped out, but Sins of Motion is a band coming from Ohio, Cincinnati, Ohio. I'm real good friends with Jason, and he got us a show booked up there one time, but it got canceled. Kind of wish he'd help book us something else, but it's hard to book out-of-state bands. And Carpe Diem, they're playing that too. Mm-hmm. They're going to play some acoustic music, so... Yeah,
Carpe Diem's pretty good. If you've never seen them, I'd check them out.
Yeah, Carpe Diem. I love Carpe Diem. Like, they're really good. And it's also going to be an art show, too. We're going to have art by Sarah Rose, my girlfriend, Casey Carter, and Cassie Imes, just local artists from around here. They're going to be submitting art. Some of them are going to be there, some aren't, but take pictures, come show up, and just admire the art. Playing Man Street Fair. I don't even know if it's in August anymore. I heard it was in July, but I haven't heard anything, but I know we're playing it.
Yeah, that's all you need to know. All right. Do you guys have any advice for people that are starting bands?
Don't dick around.
Yeah.
Don't. This is the biggest pet peeve, man. I hate when bands are like, hey, let's start a band. Okay, hey, I'll make a Facebook page. And they make a Facebook page and don't do shit with it.
Yeah,
I was in way too many of those, and honestly, it does ruin your credibility.
And it's constantly like, things coming soon, countdown of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, we wrote a new song, and then that's like, it's so anticlimactic. Like, you just stop paying attention.
Yeah, and you do that so many times, people lose faith in it when you actually do have a band.
But if you want to make fans, you got to get out and you got to make fans, man. You got to make that connection. You got to make somebody want to come and see you. And just throwing event invites everywhere, sending flyers, stuff like that. That just ain't going to do it these days.
Tell everybody where they can find you. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat.
On Facebook, you can just go on, type in Go Don't Go. Pretty easy. I'm pretty sure we're the only ones with that kind of weird name there.
But it's Go, Don't Go.
Yes, it is. That may be the make or break there.
Well, you can actually use just facebook.com.
Yeah, that's me. I was trying to remember the URL.
Go don't go WV. That's
Is that it?
Is that what it is?
Yeah, facebook.com/go don't go WV.
And if that doesn't work, just like I say, just type it in.
Yeah, we're the only ones with that name.
Yeah.
Facebook is probably our only thing we use right now, except Instagram. I don't even know our Instagram.
We have an Instagram, but we really don't. I can't tell you the last time we posted anything on it. I think the last time we posted on it was whenever we opened for Never Say Die.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Most of the time, if you wanted to keep up with an Instagram, you would need to follow Muncie Productions.
Yeah, that's my personal Instagram, and I'm usually posting stuff about the band on it.
How do you spell it?
Muncie Productions, MUNCY _Productions. And it like I post like my recording stuff, and like I say, anytime I'm out with the band, like I'm posting pictures from there and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah.
But most of it ends up on Facebook. We got a YouTube.
Yeah,
you can't even find it if you put it in the search bar. I don't know why. It will not pop up with the channel or anything.
If you be specific as hell, it will.
Yeah, you got to be like, go, don't go, hearts in the grave, calm before the storm, something like that there. And that's the only way
if you want to
come
listen
up.
to our shitty EP, you can go to www.don'tlistentohatshit.com.
But whenever we come out with this album, which you can still find the EP on all these, but like I say, do not judge us off the EP because that is not our sound now. That was a rushed production. It's like demo quality, you know what I mean? Like it's using nothing but amp sims. Real drums though. I'm decently proud of the drums, but everything else is electronic as shit pretty much. But like whenever we release this album, gets us on iTunes, Spotify, yeah, just about anything. I know my